All right, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. My name is DFree, and for today's video, we have a new gacha. We also do have our first ever event missions, so our event matches. There were none of these in the soft launch period for the couple of months the game was out in the world, but not in every part of the world. And I'm excited about this. I'll probably be coming back and doing a video on this. I haven't touched it yet. I'm excited. Also, there's a data mine for Mai coming out, so we'll see what happens with that. If you enjoy cross-duel content, be sure to hit the thumbs up and subscribe. I aim to put out 3 videos a week. I didn't put out any last week, though, to be honest, because I was waiting for new content. And here we are. So anyways, the first thing I'm going to say is this banner. You may be wondering, should you summon on this banner? Probably not. Unless you are going to be going in on this team or this deck. These are general terms, but it's a gacha game. It's the same thing. Anyways, what I mean by that is this is our first real banner. In the soft launch period, we had other banners that were like rerun banners like Neos and Gaia together, and those are banners that they'll probably still continue to do, so you can hyper key in on specific decks. And I still recommend waiting for those types of banners or summoning on those types of banners for those monsters or cards that will be on those banners. But this is our first real one, and this one they go out with a bang, right? So multiple things are happening here, and I didn't even consider that this would happen this soon in the game. But they added in 2 brand new effects, Ignite and Storage. The game, for their first ever real banner, the game's been out for a few weeks, they are dropping 2 new skills already. But that's not all. To coincide with those skills, they dropped a lot of cards, right? There's a lot of cards added in here. This isn't even all of them because it's not even showing the floodgate. Let's see. Oh, I don't see the floodgate, but whatever. So there's a lot of cards here that were added, and some of them are actually really good. So if we take a look at kind of what's available here, let's see. So first and foremost, the main cards that are here are all listed as being new. Look how many new cards there are of all these different rarities, right? Some of them are really good, like Stray Lambs. I think is going to be pretty interesting in this type of game, right? Summoning 2 tokens like that's pretty crazy. Their stats are at 0, as you see here, so it's going to be kind of hard to use them for anything like where you need levels to summon your monsters, but nonetheless you could just tribute them off, right? So that's really good. The floodgate trap hole here is pretty crazy. An opponent monster that enters this position is changed to defense and gains fear, which means that they cannot change their battle position during the main phase. I'd have to get this card and test it or see it in action, but this card doesn't say for a turn or whatever. It just means that they're stuck in defense mode unless an effect forces them into attack mode or something like that. They're just stuck, right? They can't change it back, and the main phase is the only phase you'd be able to change them, so like they're kind of stuck. Now Red Eyes' new effect, Blaze or Ignite, whatever they're calling it, is a burn style strategy. So his deck, centered around him and his playstyle, the Joey deck if you will, is a burn deck. Now I personally don't love burn decks only because you don't gain any life points, so it makes it a little harder to win, right? But you can still gain life points with direct attacks, but it makes it a little harder in my mind to get first place. You can key in on a player and, you know, burn them down, but a little harder to get first place, especially if other players are hitting the opponents directly, whatever the case is. So I don't love it personally, but it is what it is. So here's the effect. When summoned, transfer Blaze ×1 to all opponent monsters in the same lane. Wow. So this is Ignite. It gives off Blaze, and Blaze does at the end of the turn, at the end of the battle phase, the player who controls that monster takes 200. So if you're getting hyper keyed in, you can really make them start taking a lot. But his master skill here, select 1 monster and it gains 3 blazes. Do you see? That's 600 just for 1 monster, and they get slowdown. And slowdown is really, really crazy because if you happen to double up on it and give them immobile, they're just stuck. But it basically just reduces their movement speed, like it would say, or like it says. So first and foremost, Red Eyes is really powerful with that. He also has immunity to destruction effects here. So this is one of the best immunities that you could possibly have. Red Eyes, though, in and of himself, 2400 isn't a ton of attack. We'll see if there's any other cards that are here that, you know, really add to what he wants to do. He has Intimidate here. When attacking an attack monster, changes to defense. He has the attack supplement. But like, here's the deal. I talked about this and I talked about this. you need at least one dupe fed into him to even put these two on with him in your master slot or your ace slot. So like, it's kind of how things are, right? Like, you need a dupe on Red Eyes and every other UR character or UR monster in the game to really even use them effectively, because this is fine, but they'll just pop him off, and you know what I'm saying, he won't be able to really do much. But I will admit that a lot of his stuff kind of just passes off. To be honest, maybe you don't really need that dupe, because he's not really needing to stay on the board. Like, you know, some of the other monsters need to stay on the board for their effects to happen. He's kind of very similar to like Blue Eyes or whatever. He just kind of comes in and goes. So maybe you don't really need that, but you would like to have it if possible, right? You know what you would like to also have? You can put ignites. If you have two dupes in him, you could put 2 ignites and the master, give off 5 blazes. Oh my god. Okay. So let's go ahead and move on. Let's see what else we have here. So they also included this new storage effect, and it's a really cool playstyle. I'm assuming this is just not meant for the same deck, just a separate deck. But XYZ Dragon Cannon here. Take 3 of the monsters used as summon material for this monster from your graveyard and put them in storage. This monster gains all those monsters' common skills. So storage basically sets them on the side. It's not removing from game, but they're just kind of on the side. It's like something like that, really. The stored monsters are kept in storage and returned to the owner's hand when this card leaves the field. So you get to basically tribute 3 monsters and then put them in storage and then get them back. Now, if you happen to get like Monster Reborn, maybe that's not great, but there's not really any other way to really use much outside of like the reincarnation type skills. You know, there's situational stuff, but you know, maybe you don't want to do that. But nonetheless, though, it's really good to just get those back, and that can help you in a pinch, because a lot of times once you drop these big monsters, especially if they have like multiple conditions for summoning, like 3 monsters is a lot of times when you drop these monsters, you kind of have nothing left really. So let's see what else we have to work with here. By the way, this monster gains all the common skills while they're in storage. That's really crazy. So all the buff, debuff, unique, and immunity skills. He picks up all the storage monsters. Wow, that's really powerful. Now, it's not as powerful as it would sound in PvP, because those monsters can only have one of those skills. But like, you know, in like, I guess like any other content really where they can have more than one active, then it really is powerful. So this is a monster that you would like to have good immunities on. So immunity to negative skills is there. You don't really want to have immunity to destroy, I guess. I mean, you would like it on anything, but it's not the most prevalent thing, just because when they're destroyed you get effects. They have cohesion. Cohesion seems a little counterintuitive to me, just because again, you're getting rid of 3 monsters. You don't get the stored cards until this monster leaves the field, so it's kind of weird. So that's pretty much it. Other than that, they're pretty much just a beat stick with Pierce. But again, maybe there's some other cards here I need to look at. Baby Dragon. Baby Dragon! When summoned, select a monster, it gains Blaze. So that's his special skill. So he's passing off Blazes. Immunity to attack and defense reduction. Focus is okay, but he's just really weak. He's not really, I mean, he has Ignite as well, but again, not really relevant if he's not in your master or your ace slot, which you're not putting Baby Dragon there most likely. So yeah, you're only really playing him or getting him for the Blaze. Which you could really, like with Red Eyes and stuff, you could really key in on one monster. Because I don't think there's any immunity to... Maybe that would be classified as like a debuff or something. So it would get that, but I don't know if there's an immunity to Blaze. Time Wizard. When summoned, transfer immobile to all opponent monsters in the same lane until the end of the turn. Oh, this is just deadly. This is just deadly. I talked about immobile earlier, but means that they can't move. So this is really deadly if they've got a bunch of Blazes. Like I said, you can put those extra 2 Blazes on your Red Eyes if you have like 3 copies or whatever, those Ignites, and you could force them to stay there. So the thing about the Blazes and all that stuff is that once the monster makes their way down the lane, you know, they start attacking, or maybe they get destroyed, obviously then those lose the value, right? And it also isn't really valuable if they're making their way down the lane and they're attacking you with that monster while you're burning them off, because you're both just losing HP at that point and somebody else is winning, right? So what this does is it makes it to where they are stuck until the end of the turn. So really, really powerful. When destroyed, transfer 2 Blaze. So basically a detonate for Blaze here. I'm not really going to look at the other skills because, again, unless you're putting them in your Your other slot, this is kind of irrelevant unless you talk about, again, unless you talk about the other modes. But I mainly want to focus from a PvP aspect. In which case, PvP Inventor would be nice here for this guy. He has Curse. That's actually really good. So like it just kind of depends, right? For the PvE content, excuse me. He has Super Speed, and he has Detonate. This guy is really annoying. And again, and outside of PvP, if he's destroyed, he could just give you blazes, reduce your attack, blah blah. All right, so VW Tiger Catapult getting added here. Take 2 of the monsters used as summoning material from your grave from this monster. Wait, take 2 of the monsters used as summon materials for this monster from your graveyard and put them in storage. Okay, so the same effect. Okay. So his summon material is only 1 monster. So the same thing was happening with the XYZ. Do they give you the condition to do that, or do you have to use 2 monsters that equal 6? Because it doesn't say up to 2. I assume it will still let you do it. I need to test it out. But that's mainly what you're using him for. He has Crusher and some other stuff, whatever. Stray Lambs, I already kind of mentioned. Very powerful card. Select 1 lane. All the monsters in that lane gain Blaze and lose attack. Okay, yeah. You can already understand why that would be powerful in that deck. When the set position is entered, opponent monsters gain Blaze ×2 and slowdown upon entering. So this one is particularly powerful because slowdown is just half speed. But if you get 2 of them on the monster, it turns into a mobile. So if Red Eyes has already been out there and put one of these slowdowns on, it turns into a mobile. And they're also picking up 2 more Blazes. So really, I think Red Eyes looks like he has by far the best burn deck in the game. There are a couple of others like Trickstar, Dark Magician, things like that. But it looks like Red Eyes has the most efficient burn deck. But again, like these are all SRs and stuff. Like SRs are also really hard to pull, you know? The Floodgate I already talked about, very good. So we got Alligator Sword. Since it's an R, we're not looking at those higher skills. What else do you have here? Ignite would be the main one you'd be using. You'd be getting this monster just for the Ignite. Oh, GACHA, my boy. GACHA's a little bit more versatile because he's got 1800 and 1600 as opposed to 15 and 12. 18 is a lot more valuable because, you know, just normal monsters are really strong. Ignite would be the main thing. He also has Crusher, which is interesting. Provoke when attacking a defense monster changes to attack. So GACHA is so far one of the more versatile cards we've seen, just in terms of being able to be played outside of the specific deck he's meant for. V Tiger Jet here. Transfer Blaze. Okay, so another Blaze monster, almost implying that he's meant to be ran together. I guess you could play this in either deck. But super speed, just like some of the other parts, XYZ and stuff. And here's the wing, another Ignite. So I guess maybe you are supposed to a degree, run them together. I just, you know, it just seems kind of like you're not really doing that. Machine Duplication. Select 1 level 4 or lower machine monster art you control. Special summon 2 monsters with the same name and common skills and reduce their attack and defense to 0. Again, the common skills callouts are brand new, but that's just all those things that are there. But again, just like Stray Lambs, being able to put other monsters on the board, even if they're weaker, is actually really powerful. But the problem with this and Stray Lambs is that they're spells, and spells in this game activate during the battle phase only, so there's not as much utility in them. I assume it will let you choose to play them in defense mode or something, so you could just leave them there and they wouldn't get destroyed, right? You could just sacrifice them the following turn, assuming they don't get destroyed by battle. Common skills getting picked up here is pretty nice too. But also, if you have a monster that needs specific levels, this is pretty good too, because you could just use the levels for the tribute. So there's utility though, just in play, and like it can save you from losing a turn. Like there's utility in just playing these cards. Select 1 monster gains Fear. Cannot change the battle during the main phase. Not bad. Select 1 monster with negative skills. It loses 1500. Wow. If you have Slowdown, Phantom, or Fear, you lose 1500. Oh my goodness, that's deadly in this game. You need this in the Red Eyes deck. You need this in the Red Eyes deck. Kunai with Shay. When your monster battles an opponent's monster in attack position, your monster gains Intimidate. When attacking, attack changes to defense. I guess. It's whatever. I mean, there's utility, but I guess. I'd rather just put Intimidate, probably. If you would take damage from an effect, you instead recover LP equal to the amount of damage you would have taken. Okay. I think we're outside of the new cards, right? Oh, Chivalry's the last one. When your monster is given a negative skill, it gains immunity to negative. There it is. I was like, there has to be an immunity to that. Okay, so if you get one, you can't get a second. I assume it might even nullify the one it currently has. But these are the only negative skills in the game. Okay, so I don't recommend pulling on this banner. That being said, I am going to pull, and the only reason I'm pulling is for Stray Lambs or the Floodgate, both. Let's do a 10 and see what happens. Looks like I'm getting a UR. Can I get Red Eyes? That'd be nice. Ah, Dark Magician. Okay. Did I get any new stuff? Oh, there's another page. No new stuff. Oh, there's a few new things. Okay. That was my first Dark Magician? Oh, okay. I thought I had more. I thought I had pulled them already. Looks like I'm getting another UR. That's very nice. Come on, drop Red Eyes. Ooh, 2. Ooh, 2. Okay, I'm not mad at multi-strike. In my mind, I was thinking, at least give me one that I use a bit, and I think I could use one more dupe on multi-strike. Red Eyes. Yeah, we got Red Eyes. Nice. Now to pull the 5 other SRs that need to be in his deck. That's what I was saying. Like, I don't know, bro. I got the V Tiger Jet, I see. That's why I'm like, I really don't know, bro. Like, if they're gonna do these types of banners, I just don't know, man. Am I even getting an SR here? I have to get at least an SR, right? By the way, the roulette thing there, like if I had landed on a UR, that would have been because I was already gonna get a UR. Like, it doesn't matter what you land on. The game already gives you what you're gonna get the second you hit summon. Okay, I got gear freed. That's good. Dude, freaking. Okay, I'm not gonna go forever. I'm gonna do. I guess I can only do 2 more anyway. Another UR. Can I get a Red Eyes copy? Oh my god, that'd be nice. All things considered, I've had good luck. Like I said, now to have to pull the other freaking SRs, because apparently you can't pull SRs, like I was saying. I guess I will do this one. SRs are just the real problem. Looks like I might get an SR here. Yeah, I'm getting one finally. Can it be one of the 2 I want really bad? Freaking baby dragon. They really want me to build Red Eyes. They want me to make a Red Eyes deck. I guess I'm gonna burn these. I had been saving for a focus banner, but it is what it is. I didn't intend to even summon. Oh, okay. All right. Troll. Okay, troll. At least I got machine duplication. They really want me to build Red Eyes, but I ain't having it. I ain't having it. I wonder if there's any event cards. Are there any, like, cards for free? No, just materials and what are these, sleeves? Yeah, it's the first time you're getting sleeves, right? I don't think we've gotten sleeves so far. Huh. Maybe there's more in here? No, it doesn't look like it. It's just to unlock these characters, I guess. There's some missions tied in. Sleeves and stuff. Profile icon for Red Eyes looks really nice. I like that. A mat too. Ooh, really cool. But no cards. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and conclude there, guys. Hope you all enjoyed. Hit that thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you next time where we take on this event and see what's going on.